Hey y'all, this is Scarlett from Scarlet Eclipse Collective. Um, it's been a kind of a crazy summer. I don't know about y'all, but it's really been testing me. I was like sick and in and out of the ER and didn't feel like myself. Like I felt like I was on a full-on spiritual attack. But anyway, I just got back from my friend's wedding. It was actually, I predicted it on my TikTok last year. I was like, she's gonna, like, I haven't seen her and talked to her in over 10 years. And I knew last year at her cousin's wedding, I was just like, when she gets engaged, she's gonna get engaged to that guy that they're on and off with. I'm gonna hear from her. I'm gonna go to that wedding. Like, and so I just got back from that trip. It was. Does anybody else have like a hard time processing things? Like it takes you like a week to 2 weeks later to realize that someone was insulting you to your face because you're such a like full of love and light type of person that you're like, okay, whatever floats your boat, and then you just move on with your life. And then it's like you know, like that's what's happening right now. So since I got back, I've just been like, oh no, that's why I was feeling anxious. No, no, I wasn't crazy. This isn't some childhood trauma. This is literally my intuition. This is literally my discernment saying that these people are my kind of people to vibe with, you know? And that the 10-year break, because it wasn't just that family had like adopted me, her family had adopted me. So it's when I like left her because she wasn't a great person and a great friend to me, the entire family never contacted me after that. So it's kind of like leaving her was leaving that adopted family. So then I'm seeing them all, and so this is the closest I'll ever get to a high school reunion. I was in college and high school, so like a reunion means nothing to me. I was only in high school for really like 2 years. Like, so this is the closest to a high school reunion. So many layers, so many layers. Like, first of all, can I talk about why are we praising women for being skinny? Can I mention that? Like, I have had legit like food insecurity for the last year. Like, I miss my curves. Like, for me, I'm mad in a lot of ways for how I was able to survive, and like I'm happy for the compliments. Like that's what I got at the wedding was, oh my god, you look good, you look good, you look good, you know, which I'm like, thanks. But also like, now I look hungry. Like, please feed me. Like I ordered 3 fish tacos at this restaurant. It was a group dinner. And her mom kept making a comment that I was eating 3 tacos instead of 2. And I was like, you are friends with my mom. You know the craziness we've had to like float. Like if my mom and I were on this like tiny little boat, and like the crazy last year was the giant Pacific Ocean trying to like flip us, like she would know, you know? And it just really validated a lot of my initial instincts and intuition. I'm like fumbling with my words. This is like me trying to like get the ball rolling, and this isn't my normal like reading, and I get that, but I feel like it all makes sense because I was there and I was on my best behavior and I was really nice. And when I say best behavior, even inside I'm like, is that authentic? Is that still you shrinking yourself for them, you know? And I'm like, no, I felt like I was real. Like I might not have said exactly how I felt, like fuck you for bailing on me when I needed family the most at a point in my life where I wasn't gonna be here and you really should have been there for me. No, I didn't bring all of that mess up. Because after 10 years, if they never reached out, not for a birthday, not even on Facebook, you know what I mean? Not even a happy birthday on Facebook, then why I have a problem with giving and I don't tend to receive a lot. And I know my own family has like problems with receiving like help and affection and hugs. Not money, but all of my relationships end up being unreciprocal. And so I'm trying to like combat that by making boundaries within myself, saying I'm not gonna overindulge them with myself. Like I'm not gonna like force feed myself to them, especially if they're not asking. Like, how am I? How was the last 10 years? Oh yeah, you were in surgery. Like, and none of them were like asking me questions. Like I found like by one, you know, every wedding you find that one person at that wedding and you're like, I'm gonna stick by you and we're both gonna get through this craziness just fine. And so I did that with my best friend's brother. But him and I always were like vibing and playing board games and stuff. Bug just flew in here because I have the door open so I can have like the perfect lighting, because otherwise this whole house is like dark, and I do not like artificial light as much as I like natural light. Like I think I envision myself of getting a Ring camera but not liking it as much as just the daylight. So we're gonna get rough in here. But I'm like unraveling this ball of like doubt that I had. Like I used to think it was anxiety and insecurity as a child. I used to think that I was the most like broken girl and that nothing ever made sense, and I was constantly confused, and people didn't make any sense to me, and things didn't make any sense, and I just felt constantly like betrayed, and I had this like injustice like wound, like that's not fair. If I'm loving you, why can't you love me? Like it was all transactional in a way. And after this like wedding, and just I'm finally like processing all of the weird comments and realizations, like I had to have that reunion with them at the wedding. Like if I hung out with all of them and it was like a holiday and I just showed up, or you know what I mean, invited myself, whatever, like it had to be a wedding because they were all on their best behavior, like every single one of them, because they had like in-laws that they had to impress that were there the whole time. Otherwise, I don't think I would have remained as very feminine and going with the flow as I was. Like, you know, when you second guess yourself in stressful situations and you're like, should I have been like a little bit more about it? No, I think I played it right. I mean, I do feel insecure because I totally bawled my eyes out at the end, but I was like trapped in a car with her mom for like an hour and a half on the drive back. And she was like airing out my dirty laundry in front of her in-laws. And I was like, that's really rude, actually, because there's so many other times you and I could have had like a one-on-one conversation, but you're like, and I was like vibing with the in-laws super hard. They're from England, you know what I mean? And I watch a lot of BBC, so I was like, they watched Hot Fuzz. That's my favorite movie, you know, like it just felt like petty girl stuff, like, and it takes me so long to understand that. Like with men, and I'm gonna make it gendered because it's completely about how we socialize each gender in our masculine society, hyper masculine society. That's the word I'm looking for. But like with men, you either know that they like you or they don't. You know, it's very clear. You know, I'm either gonna stay up till 3 a.m. and talk to you, or I'm gonna go to bed early. Like, it's very, both women, it's a whole thing. Like, a whole thing. And I'm trying to forgive myself for being too slow to get it, to insult it, but then I'm also like, isn't that the best way to play? Is super like, okay, absolutely, whatever makes you happy. You know, like, isn't that the best way to play against some of this, like, bullshit? Like, if I'm vibing, like, if you've known I've had a hard year, like, right, like, you've talked to my mom tells everybody, you know what I mean? But especially this girl, she tells everybody. All are like mess, you know, and you know that we went through a hard year. Like, my grandma just died. Like, it's been a hard couple of months, much less a hard fucking year. And all of this is very new, very fresh, right? Like, the wedding just happened, and my grandma died, like, middle of June. So, like, fucking just happened. Why, like, if I'm finally, like, happy and I'm relaxed and I'm vibing with a group of people, why would you come in there and bring up my dirty laundry to try to make me feel ashamed, or try to, like, take me down a peg, or humble me? Girl, do you think I need to be humbled any more than I've already been humbled? Like, no, I fucking don't. If I am struggling for food and housing and bills, and the car keeps breaking down, and the dogs need to go to the vet, whatever, like, it's been a crazy 2 months, like, much less a crazy 6 months, much less a crazy year. Like, this has been cuckoo bananas, and that's the nicest way possible of saying it. I don't think I need to be fucking humbled anymore. Like, no, I need to be welcomed. I need to be comforted. I need to be like, hey, you're trying to claim that you're family and that I'm welcome back at any time, then why aren't you being welcoming? Why are you finding ways to kind of jab me when I'm glowing? Like, and I clocked it then, but I was just like, for later, you know, like, I was like, and if I felt comfortable with you, then you would see the full range of human emotion on my face, right? Like, my father's a narcissist. My mom's emotionally immature. You don't think I've had to, like, perfect the perfect poker face? Right, absolutely. Oh, what a joy. Really? Wow. See, like, minimal face movement. And that was, I'm like, that's my fucking armor. Like, do people not even know me at all? And anytime I, like, took a toe, like, this is like a party family, by the way, so I'm like, we're gonna party, and that is not the vibe at all. Like, not the vibe at all. I had 2 glasses of champagne, and then they were telling me that I need to eat something. And I wasn't even myself. Like, I was still like, ha 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 ha, how lovely, bubbly, like, versus the in-laws were heavily drinking. Like, okay, it's kind of funny, but I felt policed, but they're a cop family, so that's how I felt about, like, every part of it. It didn't feel like it was for my greater good or for my best interest. I felt like I needed to stay within the lines that they drew for me to not, like, trigger and piss everything off. Like, I thought it was all easy, like, I thought it was all chill. And I was having, like, a legit anxiety attack before going there. And I was like, no, I have to go there, so I'm gonna go. But it was like a full-blown, like, anxiety attack, to the point where I didn't even have them pick me up at the airport. I had someone else pick me up at the airport, and then I borrowed their car, and then I drove there, because I was like, I'm gonna need a car just in case I need to leave this crazy-ass situation. And I think I would have if like, her brother wasn't already like, let's talk shit about the family together, you know? Okay, not like that, but kind of like that, because he's best friends with my brother, so he's heard our family stuff, and then we just, like, gossip back and forth and drink and whatnot. Oh, and he gets in trouble for telling the truth, and I get in trouble for telling the truth. It's all like I got side-eyed for bringing up, like, childhood things to the in-laws. Like, like an example, she used to eat frosting out of the tub and like liquid cheese. Like she had the worst diet ever. Like, but now as a full grown adult, I'm like, she was probably on the spectrum, you know, like those were her comfort foods. But I make a joke about it, like, oh, that used to be her favorite food ever. She used to have it. You know, her mom would get mad at her and all of these things. And they were like, what? Really? And the brother chimes in and backs me up and he's like, yeah, absolutely. Like that totally happened. But I don't know. You know when you're just like, ugh, a social interaction. And I don't normally feel that way. I get energized. But after the fact, I'm like, hey, did not make me feel good. It felt like it was like a fake niceness. It felt like they were very much talking shit about me as soon as I left. At least I was right. Like the fact that I was right and I was right in my gut instincts and intuition, like I should feel like so liberated. I should be like, yes, I knew it, you know. But instead, I don't feel that way. Instead, I feel like that means I was so right that I had everybody around me lying to my face that I was wrong. That means there were so many people that wanted me to feel doubt and literally groomed, conditioned me to doubt myself, to not believe my gut instincts. When I was like, I don't feel like this person's safe, it should have been like validated. Like, oh yeah, those are your feelings, that's what's in your body, you know, listen to your body. But it never was, because I come from parents who didn't know that was an option. So they never taught me that, because they couldn't even do it for themselves. Still can't do it for themselves. So instead of me feeling validated, I'm angry. I'm angry and I'm sad all at the same time. And so I'm singing and I'm writing again to try to like purge these feelings out, you know, as an artist. But no, I'm kind of like mad. I'm kind of like really mad. I'm mad that I have felt so vindicated. I felt so vindicated this past year about how I felt about all of these different people. And it's not like a self-fulfilling prophecy where I'm like, I knew it, and I secretly felt that way all the time. Like, it wasn't like that at all. It was more like, oof, I'm feeling a weird energy off of you. I don't really want to be around you. I don't know why. I don't have any fucking reason why, but you just feel not real. And they'd be like, let me give you a ride to work, you know? You're my bestest friend ever. And I'm like... And so me, my whole time, what I was conditioned to be is like, oh, it's your PTSD. It's your CPTSD. Whatever. What kind of acronym? ADHD, whatever. Like, it must be me. It must be my fault. It must be me overthinking things. It must be me reading into things, the way I obsess over like people's body language, because I was taught to have to read the room and people and emotions and be able to emotionally manipulate them to behaviorally modify. I'm so tired. So that's what I thought. But now that I'm adult and I did all this healing and I did all this stuff, and I stood up to other family members. I stood up to people who actually mattered to me, like mattered to me more than this family, to now being here in front of this family and being like, no, you guys have not changed. The energy has not changed. You guys are not for me. It's not whether or not I believe you, it's just that I don't want to. I don't want to be around you. I don't think I could feel comfortable with you. They skydive. There's no way I could skydive with them. I don't care. You guys have done it like 200 times. You are not the people I would want to die with. Ooh, that felt intense. So, if you're vibing with what I'm vibing and what I'm saying, the message that I'm giving, then we're gonna be great. Because that made me mad. That made me so mad to be like, nope, I was right. She was a bee. an angry little bee and did not like me outshining, not my glow, just didn't like me as a person. Like, I thought it was because I was a kid, but now I'm an adult and I'm like, no, they don't like me as a person. And that's okay. And it's okay that I don't want to be there. I'm so glad to know that now, but the frustration of being right and knowing that you contributed to lying to yourself. Anyway, hope this helps you. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to start posting a bit more now that I'm feeling smiley and better. And I hope you guys have a good day. Trust your gut instincts, okay? Don't forget to ground and meditate, because your discernment is everything. Bye.